Hello everyone, good morning.
Good morning.
And I have our another special guest. Your second appearance here.
Yeah.
Morning chat.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're getting used to it
I
now.
should have changed my shirt.
You changed your shirt.
Yeah.
Did you change your hair as well?
No.
Yeah. Does it look beautiful enough now?
We recorded the other one 5 minutes ago.
Okay, the second one.
Yeah.
Yeah, so good to have you up here. And yeah, we talked yesterday and you shared a little bit
Yes.
about your own experience. So when Dom has an evening for herself, her initial reaction is, oh wonderful, I'm by myself. Oh, the house for myself, I can really enjoy and kick back and just have a bit of alone time.
Me time.
And then it doesn't turn out so well.
Yeah.
So what's happening?
I think what I tend to do is to some people might be alone and they go, no, it's great. But I think I have a lot of thought processes that tend to pick out all the wrong things that I've done in my life and bring them up and remind me of why I'm not such a great person all the time.
Yeah, like 15 years ago,
Yeah.
I was walking to school and
Yeah.
I was seeing this person late and I forgot to greet and
forgot
wave
to
to that
wave.
person. Yeah,
Yes.
you know, things like that.
Yeah,
isn't it?
little
Like-
things and big things maybe
And,
sometimes.
and then, you know, neglecting your dad and
yeah,
not coming for a visit and just forgetting all about
my
him.
heart weighs.
There we go.
But yeah, I tend to be less positive about myself. Yeah.
Yeah, because you're a bit perfectionist. And I actually know heaps of people that are like that. So, bit of personality type as well. So tell us what you discovered in the Bible.
I was reading 2 Samuel.
Because
and
you are very spiritual, aren't
so
you?
spiritual. And King David is singing a song of praise at the end of 2 Samuel. And it's 2 Samuel 22, starting verse 24. So he's kind of talking about the cleanness of his hands, and he's saying, I have been blameless before him, meaning God, and have kept myself from sin. The Lord has rewarded me according to my righteousness, according to my cleanness in his sight.
Yeah. So he seems to have a pretty good opinion of
Yeah.
himself. I've kept myself
And I was
right
kind
with
of just
God.
thinking, well, what about Bathsheba?
Yeah,
what about
adultery.
Bathsheba's husband?
Yeah, murder.
Yeah, and he does the census that he shouldn't have
Yeah,
done.
that's right.
So,
you could have helped David listing all of his sins.
yeah, I
You could have
good idea.
reminded
They're
him.
recorded in the previous
Yeah,
chapters.
that's right. So, and yet there is really positive and inspired by the Spirit, positive about his his walk with God. So blameless, righteous,
Yeah.
kept
And
faith.
Yeah, it did make me think of one of my friends. She's been listening to a preacher and has kind of just been sharing what he's been saying, which is we should have that mindset of that we are blameless and we are pure and we are, I guess, living in freedom
Yes.
of that burden
Yes.
of any past sins or
Yes.
any future sins.
Yeah, the burden of past sins. It does not make any sense if God doesn't remember it anymore. That we keep dragging it up. You have a peaceful evening at home by yourself, and you're just going through
You're
all that
plagued
stuff
a
again.
little bit.
Yeah, you're plagued. Yeah, that's tormented.
Yeah, and I think partly my personality type tends towards that, but I think it's also something I need to kind of, I guess, break a little bit
Yeah.
over my life and
It's
doing some
becomes a habit too, doesn't it?
And doing some work into thought patterns and
Yeah.
knowing that, well, if David can say he's blameless,
Yeah.
then I can say I'm
You know,
blameless.
you discovered David, but I'm always a bit taken by, I think it's in Romans 4, about Abraham. Abraham, he didn't waver in his faith, like, you know, he believed God could do and bring out of nothing and whatever, and like, yeah, but like, he laughed as well in unbelief. His wife laughed, and he laughed as well. He was over it already. he tried to get a son by other means.
Yep.
You know, like, so
So it doesn't really seem like
it doesn't seem
completely
completely
doubt-free.
just doubt-free. But I probably have this feeling when God looks at us, he says, man, this is my boy, isn't he great? This is my girl, isn't she wonderful? He's actually feeling pride and
joy,
delight in us. And yeah, it doesn't make sense then just that we get so negative about ourselves.
Yeah. But I struggle to kind of conceptualize that that's how God feels sometimes.
I actually, yes, me too. And I think actually it comes by revelation. All the people that, you know, talk, oh, it's so intimacy, daddy God and whatever, they actually had an encounter with him. They actually, I think unless God reveals it to your heart, you're not getting it. You have it up here, but like you just need a touch of God. Just so delightful. But you know, like sometimes God gives you an amazing dad that can model it to you.
Where is he?
Next time you're by yourself, you think about this comment.
Oops. He's good, guys. He's fine.
He's so great.
Stella, the bar is so high.
No, thank you for that. And so you're still on the journey.
I think so. And I think like reading, I think it's also breaking negative thought patterns, which I think you can actually do some work into.
Yeah.
So reading, I still have to finish a book by Carolyn Leaf, which is about toxic thinking.
Yeah.
So,
But like, you know, when you begin going down that track, you can say, in Jesus' name, I won't do that. And Jesus, I pray you fill my heart with thankfulness.
yeah, you replace
and
it with
you replace it with something else. I think sometimes it's just a bit of discipline.
and I think
Yeah.
it's kind of just being consistent and not just doing, not doing.
Yeah,
it
rumour has it that sometimes you're strict with your husband. I heard in a previous interview.
No.
So just be
I'm
strict with yourself
lovely.
in that. Yeah, of course you're lovely. But, you know, you can be lovely and strict and, you know, that bit of discipline. And I probably need it myself. And then sometimes it's so ridiculous because no one else thinks about that stuff anymore. It's like it's so big in your own mind, but no one else remembers. Stupid.
No one else goes, I remember that thing you did 10 years ago.
Yeah. And I think maybe we just close with that is if God can be so positive, like, you know, if he can delight in David and Abraham and things, they're amazing. For, you know, they're role models. I'm so proud of them. We can actually we can be the voice of God to each other and say that to each other, like, no, God is delighted in you. I mean...
And we can actually say we are blameless,
Yeah.
but only because Jesus took
in
the blame.
Christ, yes. Yeah, completely forgiven and all the sin is broken off us, and then God helps to undo the things and bring healing into lives. And yeah, you know, everyone watching, you know, if that is you, especially in the lockdown and COVID-19 and get a bit negative and just with your own thoughts and accusing yourself, don't. If you have Jesus in your life, you are forgiven and he loves you and he looks at the good things. It's like a parent looking at a child, you know, so delighted, and yeah, you may fall over, but then you get up again, and you know, every step gets celebrated, doesn't it? So thanks, Dom, for coming in.
Thanks, Dad.
Dad.
Reverend Dr.
Yeah. So nice you come in, and yeah, do so again. And everyone have a wonderful day and a wonderful week. Bye for now.